Hi, this is Shashi Saluna from Tao Tantric Arts, and I want to make this video on one particular topic which comes up for some of the women wanting to join the training, and that is the topic of calling in the abundance for the training. And I'm very qualified to talk about this because I have spent probably most of my money in my life on trainings. I have invested in so many different workshops, courses, and trainings in my life. And I know what it's like to sometimes just feel really called to something and then be like, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to make this happen. I remember the first time that happened for me was actually in Pune in India, when I saw the therapist training they did with like relationship counseling and trauma healing and space holding. And I just was like, I need this. And it was thousands. And at that time, I was like living in Thailand, being a healer. And I had no idea how I was going to do it, but I just knew that I had to. I just had the calling. I don't honestly even remember quite how it all came together. I just wanted to do it. I think I spent every penny I had actually, but it was such a big step for me. It was such a big empowerment. It's the course. That course was the course that took me from just attending other people's workshops into really becoming a space holder. And there are so many things from that training that are still with me today, 20 years later. So 15 years later, I don't age myself too much. So I know what it's like, and I want to just speak through some of the ways that might support you if you're in that process of like, I want to do this, I'm not quite sure where the money's coming from, and so on. So I'm going to give you some expanded ideas and then some more grounded ideas. So on the most expanded level, I just want to say expect a miracle, and I'll just speak a bit more into that. What is a miracle? A miracle is, of course, being open to something that maybe we can't perceive or control ourselves. And this is something I've experienced myself, and I have also seen so many people experiencing it. So this is when you feel like, oh, yes, this thing, this place, this event, this training, this, my heart and my soul are longing for it, and I have no idea how. And you ask for universal support. So it's just simply making a prayer, being open to it. It's not something you can make happen, but it's something we need to be ready and open to receive. So you would say, universe, I'm feeling this longing, this calling. I feel such a yes. I feel all this energy. And please, universe, if this is meant to be, then bring me all that I need. Bring me all that I need to make this so. If this is in divine will, if this is in my higher purpose, then I ask you for assistance. I ask you to show me the way, give me the signs, show me how to make this happen, and I'm ready to receive. And this willingness is what can make it happen, is this willingness. It's not something you can like click your fingers, but it can be really incredible. It can be any different ways. Sometimes people have had like, oh, suddenly this thing that was on the market forever sold and I've got just the right money, or someone just paid me back after years, or just got offered this amazing job, or things like this can happen. It can be also just having like an insight. If I run this event, then I can make this money. And so that's my most expanded suggestion. Let's go one notch down, which is creating a vision board. Lots of women who've done our training have said that, well, they got a bit of paper and they stuck on pictures of Thailand or Bali, wherever it was, and goddesses and women's empowerment, all belly dancers, whatever inspired them, and put it together and was like, this is what I'm calling in. So we all know about vision boards. There's something really powerful about imagery. It accesses a different part of the brain from just our thoughts. So using images and putting your intention and focus and putting it up somewhere where you do your morning yoga or meditation and you see it, and it's like you start feeling the frequency of that. So that's another pretty expanded thing, but tremendously helpful for so many women. And then that goes along nicely with, I'm going to give a more grounded thing now, like actually just creating a fund for doing what you want to do. And, like my bank, for example, offers special savings accounts where you put in a certain amount and it gives high interest because it's just going in one way. And you can give it a name. So you can call it the Sacred Femininity account, and start putting money towards it. And somehow this is, money is just energy, and we're learning all about how to cultivate energy. And it's all connected. Money and energy are deeply connected. And when we learn how to use our focus, our intention, and start cultivating, and then we learn some of the great secrets of energy cultivation as well. And so just having that focus can really help also attract more abundance in. So that's really helpful. So other ideas, some women just pick a job for a few months that's like going to bring in the right amount of money. And again, it's almost like their fund. It's like, I'm going to do this for this many months, and all the money is going towards that. I did that when I wanted to go to India when I was 18. And I looked for a job. I found a fantastic job as a nanny in London, driving a BMW, looking after a baby. So all my food and accommodation was paid, and I could put every penny into my India fund. And I loved the job. I had a really good time. And at the end of it, boom, I was ready to go. So focus and intention are very, very powerful things. And so I recommend to have a think about that. Other people do fundraising by putting on an event or a series of events that is dedicated towards this. So it's like a fundraising for yourself. And that can be really fun. There's something about the intentionality. It's not just like a job. It's like, I'm going to put on this women's evening or whatever, and the money is going towards my women's training. People come not only for their own entertainment or their own value, but they also come because they want to support you. And so you've got a lot of backing and support. Other women just do a plain old crowdfunding. I want to do this teacher training. Please support me. So that's one way. But I have a story of a woman who I thought did this really, really well. So I want to share that. She came to train with me in Thailand a few years ago, and she wanted the funds to do it. So she not only did a crowdfunding, but she said, I will give you something. If you pay me 100 euros, then I will make a video every day on my training and talk about my process so that you can experience my journey with me. Well, she had so many people interested in this that signed up that she had more than she needed. She had an absolute abundance. She came out to Thailand where the training was. She made her videos, and by the way, her videos were not violating the confidentiality of the group. Obviously, a lot of things are confidential and cannot be talked about, but she was sharing her experience, her vulnerability, and her process. So she was very cautious about that, and it was a closed group. And so she had people following her journey. And not only that, here's the smart cookie. When she had finished the teacher training, she had a ready-made group following her. She had people back at home ready to join her workshops, to follow her online, to buy her online courses. She already started generating a following, and that is so smart. So I really want to just share that story as inspiration to others, that sometimes we tend to think in terms of lack. I haven't got this and I'm all limited. But if we just turn it inside out and we think, what's the opportunity? Then we can really, face life in a new way. Like, oh, here's an exciting opportunity. What can I do to support this part of my journey? And come up with a creative idea like she did. It can really, really turn things around. So those are some ideas for you. One final thing I want to share came from an ex-boyfriend, but I have used it a long time. He said to me, he was a successful businessman from San Francisco, and he said to me, whenever he spends a large amount of money, more than a few $100s, he always feels the flow of chi that's just gone out of the bank account, creating this big vacuum. And as we know, vacuum has magnetic pulling power that pulls things in. So he feels the space in his bank account that's going to pull in double. It's going to pull in double. He just feels the power of that. And so whenever he's spending money, he's also calling it back in. And he's very successful, so it works for him. I have used his technique since I dated him. I think it's really fantastic. And when I was at A-Fest last month, they had a very simple one. They said, thank the money. When you spend money, say thank you, money. And use gratitude, because gratitude is one of the most powerful frequencies on this planet. Thank you that I can buy this. Thank you to all the people that made this beautiful dress or whatever it is I'm buying. But thank you, thank the money. Thank you for this capacity for energy exchange. And, you know, as we thank it and smile to it, it falls in love with us and more flows in. So those are some ideas. I know that you are probably very creative and have your own ideas. And I really like to hear what works as well. I like to hear what's happening for you guys. So do please send me a message or post a comment and let me know what's worked for you, what miracles have come your way, or what did you use a vision board, or did you come up with a really creative way to raise money? So let me know what's working for you, and stay inspired and believe in miracles, and let's see what happens.